Are the Bills true Super Bowl contenders?
I agree with you about Josh. I think they're fraudulent.
Wow.
But I've thought that for the last 3 weeks. Speaking of hard knocks, they were great on hard knocks, but now they're experiencing hard knocks because we are getting deeper and deeper into a season that is not turning out the way they all raved about it would turn out on hard knocks. Okay, so step back for a second and look at their body of work. I keep saying this about Baltimore. You now have to disqualify any good game anybody had against Baltimore's defense.
Oh, 100%.
Now, because you say even when they were relatively healthy, they were deeply flawed. So opening night, Baltimore goes in there, and I thought, my God, what a powerhouse. It's 40-25 Baltimore on opening, Sunday night after 3 quarters.
Yep.
And then the sky fell in on the Ravens defense. Now, not a shock. Now you say, oh, that was kind of predictable, but Buffalo pulled it off 41-40, but I put an asterisk beside it because it's Baltimore's defense. Gave up 41. Okay, then they go to the Jets and win 30-10. Okay, then Dolphins. They screw around with the Dolphins on a Thursday night. I watched the whole thing because I thought Buffalo would kill them. And it's 14-14 at halftime. It's 21-21 with 7 minutes left in the game at Buffalo. This is Tua at Buffalo, and they're still in the game with 7 minutes to go, and it ends up 31-21. Josh had to muster up all of his Superman qualities to pull that out. Then they beat the Saints 31-19, wake me up for the next week, and then they come home, they lose to the Pats 23-20, and then that happened last night. Okay. I'm not seeing it. Show me one where you say, there it was. Their defense is 3rd worst against the run, which is why I said Bijan will have 125 last night, and he had 170. Mm-hmm. Then I look at Josh, and he is the reigning MVP, but to your point, they're Josh or bust. Raheem at halftime called him Superman. We got to contain Superman. Mm-hmm. Okay, he is Superman. I give you that, but Superman's all they got. I give you no Kincaid last night and no Matt Milano on defense, but everybody's beat up already, and so I can't give you excuses that I don't give everybody else because everybody's got injury problems.
That's not an excuse. I wouldn't say Kincaid's an excuse. I agree.
Okay, all right. So Josh is now 13th in QBR, which is not MVP quality, and he's been sacked 12 times already. He was sacked 14 for the whole year last year. So they're not protecting him or he's trying to make plays. Then James Cook last night. James Cook is 2nd in the league in rushing yards, but you said they were trash on 3rd down last night. 2 for 9 on 3rd down. James Cook didn't play a single one of those plays. He was off the football field for all 9 3rd downs and the 1 4th down. They don't play him on crucial downs. So they're saying Superman or bust. They're relying on Josh Allen to make 3 or 4 viral plays a game to win the football game. And I don't think it'll work against a good team as they faced last night, or a very good team. And maybe to your point, Akib, it's like who is the good team, right now.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, when your defense is 17th in points allowed, it's 21st in takeaways, it's just not good enough to match Josh. It's like Josh is it. You don't even have a defense. Again, Matt Milano could change that. So now I look at the AFC, and I say, Buffalo right here, right now, is not better than Kansas City.
Nope.
Not better than Denver.
Nope.
Not better than Indy.
Nope.
Not better than Pittsburgh.
Nope.
I don't think they're better than the Chargers. We could debate that, but I think the Chargers are slightly better. I'm not even sure that Jacksonville isn't a little bit better right here, right now than Buffalo is. Just a little better. I know they stunk at home and lost to a very good Seattle team, but we saw what Jacksonville did at home against Kansas City on Monday night. So again, they're falling down into the pack to me, and given the fact that a lot of people thought this is a Super Bowl team, this is fraudulent because I don't see any. I don't see a hint of a Super Bowl team, and I'll conclude with this. So they're supposed to have the 25th easiest closing schedule. Okay, their next game is at Carolina. And you can laugh at me if you want to, but again, Carolina just destroyed my team, even though it went to the buzzer.
I think Carolina's better than we're giving them credit
well, they're
for.
3-0 at home, and they beat Atlanta 30-0 at home, and they kicked my team's ass in both lines of scrimmage. So I think they're better than people think. So I don't think that's a gimme anymore. And then Buffalo has to play at home, Kansas City, Tampa, and the Eagles, and they have to go to a Thursday night game at Houston, at Pittsburgh, at New England. Okay, I'm just, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could they be like a 9-8, 8-9 kind of team before this is over? They could be, and then the sky would fall in Buffalo.
Are you agreeing or no?
I'm with Skip, man.
Okay, go. You go last. I disagree.
I'm with Skip. I really think it's been fraudulent. You said the last 3 weeks. Shit, it's been fraudulent for the last 3 years, in my opinion.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't never look at Buffalo like, oh, they're gonna win a chip this year, because it's Josh Allen, and then it's Cooks as well. Cooks gonna make his plays, but like you said, I don't like how they use him.
Man, they just
He's not in the game on third down. They don't throw it to him enough.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like how they use him. I feel like he can be used way better. So I always go off the defense, man. You third to last in versus the run. When you play big time backs, it's like they tuck their tail, man. Like
tuck their tail.
Derrick Henry go for 170, Bijan go for 170, and you got another big time back coming this week now. I put Rico in the big time back category after what the fuck he been doing these last 2 weeks.
I can't argue, man.
Hey, they better buckle up.
Yeah.
The Bills better buckle up.
They better buckle up.
He liable to go for
That's a good
172.
point.
He's seeing the field so good right now and getting up in there, running the ball hard. Their O-line is playing great right now.
It is.
They better buckle up because Rico coming. So you middle of the pack against the scoring points, man. You give up a lot of points, man. I just never look at the Bills like they're gonna beat the Chiefs this year, or they're gonna beat the Ravens this year. I always look at them like, bro, y'all, they're gonna be good during the regular season.
Yeah.
When it come down to it, they're gonna do what they always do. I don't never look at them as Super Bowl contenders, man. And I love Josh Allen though. I think
Mm-hmm.
he could be Superman at times.
You can.
He been the MVP last year. That was some Superman type season. It wasn't Superman for the last 2 weeks. And the last 2 weeks you played teams with winning records. It seemed like when they play these confident teams, teams with winning records, teams who real confident about themselves, they kind of tuck their tail to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like it. I think they'd have a better second half of the season than first half of the season. But with those wideouts out there, and that defense, I don't think you could win a chip with that.
Yeah. Although I like Shakir every time I watch him, but they can't get him the ball enough, or don't get him the ball enough.
Because they want to get the ball to Knox and Kincaid every time. That's what they want to do.
Yeah. No.
I disagree with both of these guys.
All right.
Okay.
I think the Bills are Super Bowl contenders. I really do. These last two games were concerning. I'll give you that. And you know, they didn't play good football, and it looked like they were lost last night in that game on both sides of the ball. But the reason I'm not worried about it is because of the veteran leadership they have on this team. That they have a great core foundation of guys. I know they haven't won one yet, but they've been to the AFC Championship. They've gotten close a couple times. They know what it takes to get there or get almost there. And they've retained and had retention with some of their key players and their coaching staff.
It's always a close game that they lose. It's
and they do. And their context does matter.
Like a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's what I'm saying. It goes back and forth. It could have gone either way, and there's one that changed the rules of overtime because of what happened. It's not like they're not close. But go ahead.
They're not close because the defense gives up 30. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You could argue it's a 30-30.
It's a 32-30 loss. Like, are we not going to win like that? I just can't ride with
you could argue the opposing team is giving up 30 also, but they're winning like that. Like, it's when you get to the playoffs, everyone's good. You can have a good defense, but the offense they've hit their stride. They're playing some good football, and we've seen how powerful the AFC is. I will say this, though, to your guys' point, things they need to get fixed. One is discipline. This is uncharacteristic, undisciplined football they're playing right now. 11 penalties versus the Saints. Then they had 11 penalties against New England, and they had 8 penalties last night. You're not going to win games like that. The other thing they have to do is protect the football. The last 2 weeks, they are -4 in the turnover margin. 5 turnovers on offense, only 1 takeaway on the defensive side of the ball. And then the final point, I've said it before, so I've got to keep the same baseline. If you want to win in November, if you want to win in December, you want to win in the playoffs, you have to stop the run. You cannot get away with a bad run defense in those cold weather games late in the season, because if you want to win in the snow, if you want to win in Kansas City, if you want to win, even in Buffalo, you've got to be able to stop the run and run the ball on offense. And right now they're not doing that. But the thing, they're running the ball well, but they're not stopping the run. But the thing that I think stands out over all of this when it comes to, are they a Super Bowl contender, is who is right now in the AFC. You mentioned all these teams, but let's go through it. New England, are you sold on them at 4-2? No. I mean, they're tied right now with Buffalo. They have the head-to-head against them. Pittsburgh at 5-1.
I'm sold on the head coach.
Okay, Are you sold on Pittsburgh at 5-1? Are you convinced that they're a Super Bowl team? I know Denver and the Chargers are both 4-2 and leading the AFC West, but here come the Chiefs.
But I'm sold on Denver.
I think they're good teams, but I'm saying
because you're talking about legit defense.
I'm sold on the guys who play defense.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
As legit
Broncos.
Yeah.
So you're not saying that Broncos game against the Jets the other day, where they barely squeaked by against the worst team in the league, that didn't give you any concern. You watched that film, not being a defensive player, but you watched that game and said, that's a Super Bowl contender right there. That is a Super Bowl team.
They don't look like that on offense week in, week out, though.
They don't, but
the Bills look like that on defense week in, week out. They always look like that. You know what I'm saying? So I see potential what that offense could be. With that defense, it's going to take you a long way. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I give the Broncos a little break because of the Euro effect. You think 5 hours just screws up your body, fly overseas, and they just look out of it to me.
Okay, all right, fair. But then also after that, Jacksonville, I'm not convinced fully on them. I like all these teams. They're all good teams. I'm just saying there's no team in the AFC where you say, all right, this is one gap. Everyone else doesn't have a chance. This is a true contender. So I think the Bills are still alive because of that. And you also don't win the Super Bowl in Week 6. They're going to continue to get better. The defense is struggling, but their offense right now is playing some high-level football. I know it didn't look like it last night, but the numbers don't lie. They're running the ball well. Josh Allen is throwing the ball well. They're great in total offense right now.
Show me a game on here where you say, there they are. Show me one.
I know you keep discrediting the Ravens, and we go hindsight, but that game, the first game of the year, while everyone's healthy, the Ravens still put up 40 in that game. I know you can say, all right, the defense gave up 40, but they still came back and won that game when it was done. So everyone was dead to the right.
Show me a game. You're going to show me the game where Derrick Henry had 172 touchdowns and the Ravens dropped 40. That's the game that you said,
but
we might win the chip.
But you guys are acting like
brother.
But you're acting like we're moving the goalposts when it comes to, it's tough to win in the NFL. I know the Saints game wasn't perfect, but they win that game. Miami, okay, it wasn't great. You can't rave, but like they're winning these games though, and they're finding a way to get the job done. So.
Okay, but Buffalo's comeback started against Baltimore that night. Josh threw wild high to Kincaid, and it goes off his fingertips. I don't think he was aiming for Keon Coleman, and he catches it in the back of the end zone. That's just luck.
That's how you're telling me because of that play, and they gave up some big plays on. You think who Buffalo's been? I know you don't like them the last 3 years, but who Buffalo's been and what you've seen from the AFC without nitpicking every little small thing, you really don't think that they're contenders in the AFC?
Nah.
Did you think
Super Bowl
contenders?
I said I think they'll finish. I think they probably still win the division. It's going to be a close race between them and the Patriots. They're going to get in the playoffs. Somebody going to rush for 170. They're going to be home again.
And one last thing about Josh. I love to watch him. He's fun to watch. He's must-see. Like last night, I just kept waiting. Is he going to do that?
Yeah.
Is he going to do one of those Josh plays? And yet, he's in every other commercial now because he's the reigning MVP, and he should be in all those commercials. But you can just see his mentality is, I got to live up, man. I got to do something that nobody's ever seen. I got to do this. And the turning point of the game is 4th and 2 when he does the push pass, and floats it. He tries to push pass it like 8 yards, 10 yards.
And that was old Josh. That was plays where you go, man, scratch your head, man. What are you doing?
Come on.
And I'm not saying he hasn't done that. But you also have to take into context with the defense right now. And I'm not going to make excuses for them. They have to play better, but they don't have Milano last night. They have the rest of their starters, but the depth right now is where they're struggling. They have a lot of guys in the secondary and a lot of guys with their defensive line. They had a defensive lineman get hurt or someone in their front seven get hurt in pregame. And now they're out with another guy and had to elevate. Like, they're just struggling right now with depth.
That's everybody.
But
to me, I look at the Ravens, say, and they got like Hamilton, they got like all these Matabuke, they got like they got all these big.
They got Ed Oliver, they got Milano, they got Trey, they've got guys too.
But I'm like, well, I guess they them the guys, but like, where are the guys, bro? Like, where's the money going in Buffalo, bro?
Yep.
Where's the guys? Like, where are they? We got Cook, we got Josh Allen, we got Ed Oliver. Like, Milano, one of the guys. I don't know if
good.
Milano's been good for a long time. He's a good football player.
Man, like, where's all the paper going in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Like, where are the guys?
I think they put a lot in their O-line.
Yeah, but you're saying all this, but still, they've been relevant every single year.
know,
they're
I
getting
know.
close, and they're getting close, and they're getting close.
And I like them. I like them for that reason. But
like, with
would
all
I
these
ever pick
negatives
them
you
to
guys
win
are
a
saying,
chip? I would never.
With all these negatives you're saying, though, they're still finding a way to get to the AFC Championship. They're a play away. They're a snap away.
Because they got Superman.
You can't do it all yourself, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Where are the guys?
Okay, I mean,
He do it all himself every year and get them to this point. Where the fuck are the guys? Where's the money?
I will agree. I will
That's
agree
a
with
fair
that. Though. I don't like.
Where's his
Since
number one?
Diggs, since Diggs.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they've
who's
done a
the-
good job of
Where's
Keon
your
Coleman.
lockdown corner?
Keon Coleman's a decent
where
player.
are the guys,
Here, I
bro?
like him, but I agree. I think they need to give him a number one. James Cook, you got your running back set. You got your quarterback. Offensive line is paid. They look good. I do think the missing piece on offense right now is a number one, true game changer and number one receiver.
Somewhere
But also,
Stephon
the corner,
Diggs
they
is
need a
chuckling
corner.
about this,
Yeah,
right?
he is. And he went off against them
He did.
the night when they played. But
did.
hey, look,
Well,
we'll see. We'll look back
yeah.
I'll give them this, though. They did win Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they
won.
did.
Man, you
Had
can
a
look at
great
teams
show.
that win. We've said this about the Chiefs. We've said this about other teams. You can see teams that win the Super Bowl. We don't look back and go, man, they barely beat the Saints. You don't worry about that. That's a
But
win.
you don't see the,
it's a
you
W.
don't see the Chiefs just losing 40 to 42.
They lost, the year they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, they lost 27-3 to the Raiders, and everyone wrote them off, and then they went and won the Super Bowl. And then in 2019.
Yeah, that was a terrible week, but I mean, week in, week out, their scores are like 24-17. They went 21
They
to
went
14.
2019, I think they went on a 2-4 streak at some point through 6 games and won the Super Bowl. Like, there's times that we see teams do this.
What was the score of those games? Did anybody give them 40 and rush for 270?
Or no, I'm sorry. I know they lost 27-3 to the Titans the game, not the Raiders.
I remember one year the Chiefs had a bad defense, and then when they got to the playoffs, that shit switched. That's when Spags was like born.
Yeah.
I remember that Super Bowl run. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Akib and Skip think the Bills are fraudulent. Okay, so we're going to find out, but I want to kind of talk now. Oh, also 60% of the chat says that they're not Super Bowl contenders.
Wow.
Fraudulent.
Hey, well, the other 40% are Bills fans.
Yeah. So let's move on, though, because there was another game last night that I